The architecture of oneness, a cinematic reboot for the soul.
The heedless construct
lets you see the bugs in the system.
It exposes all those deceptive lures, what the text calls fitna.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating here is how it describes the state of not wearing those glasses. It refers to this as Ghaflah, or heedlessness.
Which isn't just forgetting where you put your keys, right?
No, not at all. It is a profound psychological blindness. It's literally a glitch in the matrix where you actively mistake superficial luxury for true success.
Wow. So you are reacting to illusions instead of reality.
Precisely.
The Sunglasses of Revelation.
In the 1988 cult classic, They Live, the protagonist finds a pair of sunglasses that reveal the world as it truly is, a landscape of hidden messages and deceptive lures. In Islamic theology, we call the state of being blind to this reality Ghaflah, heedlessness. To the blind eye, a life of luxury without purpose is success. But when you put on the protective sunglasses of Revelation, the Quran, and the Sunnah, the code of the world changes.
You begin to see that daily habits aren't just lifestyle choices, they're matters of purity versus impurity. You realize that many pleasures are merely lures or fitna, designed to offer temporary gratification while causing long-term spiritual decay.
The Matrix's Mr. Anderson versus the participant.
Small sins in childhood, a lie, a stolen item, act like black spots on the heart. If left unaddressed, these spots grow until the heart is completely veiled. You become a passive observer of your own life, trapped in a construct you didn't build. But once you witness the proofs of Islam, you can't go back to being Mr. Anderson. You are called to become an active, righteous participant in God's plan.
The Demolition, Steps 1 to 3.
The Great Admission.
The transformation begins with the Great Admission. You stop pretending you have it all figured out. You admit that your own whims have led you into a dead end. This is the first of 12 steps back to your fitra, your natural state. You admit you need a higher guidance to navigate out of the woods.
The Big Handover.
In Islam, this is Tawakkul, radical trust. It's like letting go of the wheel of a car that's already spinning and letting the ultimate GPS take over. This is the source of hope, the realization that the Creator Allah is more merciful to you than a mother is to her child. You hand your worries, your past, and your future over to Allah's care.
The Strength Test. Anger and integrity.
The Road Rage Trap.
Modern life is a gauntlet of stresses, and nowhere is this more apparent than the road. But Islam redefines strength. The Prophet Muhammad famously said, "The strong man is not the one who can overpower others. In fighting, the strong man is the one who controls himself when he gets angry. Retaliating isn't standing your ground, it is a loss of self-control."
The No Harm Principle.
Islam mandates breaking the cycle of negativity. By choosing patience and forgiveness, you remove the fuel from the fire. You seek justice through proper channels, reporting dangerous behavior to authorities rather than personal vengeance. This protects your own mental peace, shielding you from the poison of anger.
The Heart Audit and the Counter-Extremism Shield.
The software update. Steps 4 to 9.
Next comes the Heart Audit, a fearless, muhasabah, self-inventory. You look at your habits and secrets, not to shame yourself, but to find the bugs in your software. Then, you have the honest talk, a private, powerful conversation between you and your Creator Allah. With no middleman, you clear the fog off your heart and prepare to make amends, fixing what you broke in your community through the concept of Haq al-Ibad, the rights of people.
The wolf versus the guardian.
While wolves, in sheep's clothing, exploit faith for political gain or personal fame, true Islam stands in direct opposition to corruption. Extremists are wanted by agencies like the FBI, not because of their faith, but because they have hostage the faith to legitimize criminal behavior. The Quran explicitly states that killing one innocent soul is akin to killing all of humanity. Sincere faith preserves life, protects children from exploitation, and upholds the sanctity of the intellect.
The skyscraper of Tawheed.
The structural renovation, steps 10 to 12.
Conversion, or returning to faith, is not a magic trick. It is a structural renovation. You tear down the unstable walls of your old self and build on the solid ground of Tawheed, Absolute Oneness. You maintain your signal through Salah and Dhikr, a constant Wi-Fi connection to the divine law that ensures you are never lost or lonely again.
Paying it forward.
Finally, having had an Islamic spiritual awakening, you don't keep the secret. You show up for others who are still lost in the sauce by aligning your daily life with these Islamic proofs. You stop being a passive observer and become an active participant in God's plan. Your reboot is complete.